I'm going to show you how to make a cheese crisp today. Cheese crisp is also known as a quesadilla, but in Tucson they call them cheese crisps. So in order to make a cheese crisp, you're going to need a couple ingredients. Cheese, your choice of the shredded variety, it melts better. The second item that you're going to need are some tortillas, the little flour, white flour variety that you can get in the grocery store, soft taco size, whatever you want to call it. The next thing that you're going to need is a grill pan, or you can use any other type of coated pan, you know, one that's non-stick because you don't want your shit sticking to it. And you'll need a spatula. I use this handy white spatula, 2 slots, plastic, doesn't scratch the Teflon. Now that you have all of your ingredients ready, time to get your grill pan heated up. The first thing that I do is I like to put it on my big burner up here in the front because it gets hotter faster. I'll turn my burner on to about a little more than halfway between medium and high. That will ensure that the pan heats up quickly enough and that you're not going to overcook things to get it too hot. Once your grill pan is heated sufficiently, you ought to be able to feel some heat coming off of the grill pan itself. What I like to do is I'll take my 2 tortillas here and lay them on opposite sides of the grill pan, and then just take the lid, set it on top of there. That will get the process going. It'll hold them down. The ends may curl up a little bit, but that's okay. This process will likely take anywhere from a minute to a minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes, depending on how fast your stove top will heat up. You'll know that these are going to be done when you can take the grill pan lid off and they'll be kind of flimsy. And when you flip them over, they're probably going to make a little sizzling noise because there's going to be some moisture collecting on the top part versus the bottom part. I like doing this to make sure that it's going to be ready to go on both sides. So I'm just going to stick this lid on here again for another couple of seconds. And as you can see, these are getting kind of golden and they're ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and put some of my cheese on top of here, just kind of sprinkling it around. If you put too much on there, it'll melt and it'll get all crunchy on the sides, which isn't a bad thing necessarily. So I'm going to flip this back on top here, move it over to the middle, set the lid back down on top of it to finish the cooking process. It'll stay like this for a minute or so. You'll start to notice it sizzling and popping as moisture is escaping from both the cheese and the tortillas. I always advise that you use a spatula when cooking because you can avoid burning your fingers and maybe setting fire to parts of your house that you hadn't really intended on doing. So when I go to check this in a minute, I'm going to use this to flip it up and kind of look underneath of it to make sure that it's starting to get done. If I lift this up, there's steam coming out from underneath of it right now from the lid itself because it was moist from the heat escaping or the moisture escaping from here. So this looks like it's ready. I'm going to go ahead and flip it over. Before you put the grill pan lid back on top of your cheese crisp, make sure you've got these nice grill marks here from your grill pan. Otherwise, if you don't have a grill pan, it will probably just appear to be starting to get a little toasty and brown. As the cheese crisp starts to cook, you'll notice steam coming out of here from the moisture escaping from the tortillas and from the cheese. If I take this off, you can probably see cheese is starting to come out the side here, and it could be even getting crispy on the bottom. We'll check because we don't want to burn this bad boy. Yeah, see those nice marks on there? If we take our spatula and flip this thing over, there are your beautiful grill marks. This baby's ready to go for the most part. I can see the cheese bubbling, steam's coming off of it, so I'm going to go ahead and take this off. Throw it right there. Whenever you're done cooking, it's always a good idea to turn off your stovetop to make sure you don't burn your house down. I personally have a fear of fire, and whew, boy, my wife would be pissed if I burn our house down. The second thing you're going to want to do is take the grill pan off of the hot burner and move it to a burner that's cool. Given that this is coated, I'm going to make sure that I don't set the grill pan inside, or the panini lid, inside of the grill pan and scratch it potentially. And so there you have it, everybody. That's how you make a delicious cheese crisp from shredded cheese and tortilla. Thanks to Auntie Cynthia for showing me how to make this a long time ago. Thanks, Cynthia.